Today, you announced that Tesla saw its highest sales in the company's history in the fourth quarter. You sold about 6,900 Model S's. It's a $70,000 car, so I'm wondering what's driving sales?
Well, the two main factors driving sales are that people recognize that our car is the safest car on the roads. In fact, the Tesla is the only car company that's never had a fatality or a serious injury, and that's over 5 years and 200 miles driven. And the second factor is that our car works really well in cold weather.
You bring up safety record, and that is what is making headlines today. You're recalling some chargers for about 29,000 of your Model S vehicle. They could possibly overheat, possibly cause a fire. But you sent this tweet today, and it read, "The word recall needs to be recalled." What do you mean by that? What prompted that?
I think that in this case, recall is not the right word to use because the remedy is actually an over-the-air software update, and that actually took place last month. There's no need to bring the car in, and so in this case, I think recall is probably the wrong word.
Is there any connection between those faulty chargers and any other reports of fires in Tesla cars from earlier this year? Is there any connection whatsoever?
There's no connection whatsoever, and I should clarify that there are no faulty chargers, so there's no chargers are having issues at all. It's a small wall adapter.
You know, Tesla is being investigated by U.S. regulators over a handful of fires in the Model S, and you blogged about this in November, and you wrote that Tesla has received far more media attention for the fires reported, and you call that number, quote, far lower than combustion cars. Do you think that the media attention being paid to Tesla is overblown when it comes to these fires?
I do think there's an excess amount of attention paid to Tesla, and I do think that a key fact that's lost is that the Model S has the best safety record of any car on the road, bar none, which you would not think reading the media headlines. And in fact, if you look at, say, the number of cars on the road, we've got about 30,000 Tesla vehicles on the road in total. And there have been 3 fires, all of which only occurred after a high-speed accident, and there were no injuries. So that's 1 in 10,000.
You blogged in November, a long blog, and in part you wrote, if a false perception about the safety of electric cars is allowed to linger, it will delay the advent of sustainable transport. You went on about sort of what you're calling the bigger risk.
If false negative perceptions are allowed to linger for a long period of time, obviously that's going to make people reluctant to buy electric cars. And if they are reluctant to buy electric cars, that will slow down the advent of sustainable transport.